so I just got to Bend and I thought I would do a quick check-in and tell you how my drive went. So I made it in okay time. It was like 3 hours. Also, don't worry about the fact that my face is literally yellow right now. I did a turmeric facial yesterday. It's good. Anyway, but yeah, so I got pulled over like right when I hit Sisters, and I'm like, awesome, because I was speeding, but no ticket, so that's cool. And then I just got to White Aspen, and I'm waiting to get my hair and makeup done and get on my princess dress, and I'm very excited. But this style issue, I walked into White Aspen and like literally there's like 20 vendors here, and I'm literally so excited. It's beautiful. It's actually not that cold today, which is nice because I think I'm the outside model and my dress is short sleeves. So yeah, keep you guys posted. Okay, so I just finished up hair and makeup with Kate Tuma Artistry. Literally so happy with it. It looks so good. Also, I had like weird skin discoloration, so she had to like cover that up so once it oxidizes it'll look better, but I'm so freaking excited. I have like a long loose pony. My makeup looks so good. Yes. So this is the look right now. Like still in my regular clothes. I have a gas dress, but it looks so good. All right, so it is about 4:40 right now. I'm exhausted. I just finished up with the shoot. My hair is looking a little bit ratty, but that's okay. And my lips are super dried out because of matte lipstick, but it's okay. The shoot was absolutely amazing. It was like 4 hours of getting my photo taken. I had on an insane dress that was super poofy, and it almost didn't fit my back, but it's okay. We made it work. I have a really big rib cage, so I didn't want to quite fit all the way around, but we did it. And then Saxon's Jewelers, who I've done runway modeling for before. That sounds weird. Anyway, they were here, and guys, I literally wore a $71,000 ring. What the hell? Who buys that, first of all? But second of all, why did you let me wear it? Like, I wore, like, at one point I think I was wearing like 6 different necklaces. I had on multiple rings. I think I had like 6 or 7 jewelry changes. But coming out of it, Saxon's wants to use me as a model in the future as well. So I'm super excited about that. And then when he says paid modeling, so I'm like, yeah, never been a paid model before, but that's cool. I'm really sorry I didn't get any footage of the actual shoot itself. It was so busy and everyone was constantly moving everything around, so I couldn't get any video. And I was like being pulled in every direction because there was a couple, and they were like the main couple that you had to like, everyone got 10 minutes with them individually, and then there was like a big group shoot at the end, and I was kind of like this, they called me the single bride, which like the other couple's not even engaged. I'm engaged. It's fine. I was a single bride, so everyone was kind of like pulling me wherever they wanted and like making me do whatever they wanted me to do. But it was super, super fun, and the photos were amazing. I think there was like 10 or 11 photographers there. I have a list, and I'm gonna get photos from every single one of them, which is insane. Like, I'm so freaking ecstatic and excited and just like, yeah! It's just gonna be great. But I have not eaten at all today. I haven't even had any water today because I get really bloated really fast, and I also didn't want to have to pee when I was in this giant wedding dress. So yeah, it's time for me to, first of all, I have to go to Redbird Physio to go drop off a business card because it's a family friend and he needs some photos for his work, and so I'm just gonna drop off a business card and say, hey, I'm gonna go get dinner. I was gonna go see Joel's mom and his family, but we will see if that happens because I'm actually dying. I'm so hungry. But yeah, I'm gonna go to my parents' place and go have dinner after that. So I'm really excited, but also the makeup held up so well. Thank you, Kate Tuma. I have weird yellow going on. The turmeric facial is really weird, and also when I get really cold, my skin turns like orangey. And so she had to like put it on my chest, she had to put it on my, like obviously on my face, that's where it normally goes, but like everything's just kind of weird. So having to do a bunch of color correction for all the photos on my hands, which I feel bad about, but the facial was worth it though. I mean, my skin looked a lot better and a lot healthier waking up this morning. It's just like kind of fucked up my complexion as far as the color goes. So maybe not do that right before I shoot again, but it's okay. But yeah, so I'm really happy with how everything went, and I will be posting photos as soon as possible, and I will probably I did this shoot on February 10th. I probably won't upload this video until I get photos to input into it. So if it's coming out way later than February 10th, that's why, because I waited. So I realized that yesterday's video was super short because I didn't get to film any of the actual modeling part. So I decided to talk a little bit about how I got into the whole modeling thing, because a lot of y'all have been asking about, that was weird, y'all, I don't know. A lot of y'all have been asking about like how I got into it, why I got into it, that kind of thing. A lot of photographers and models alike, and so I thought I'd just talk about it a little bit. So basically, I saw this thing on Instagram over the summer for Bespoke Bride, which is like a dress shop in Bend, and they were doing like a casting call for models, and I was like, you know what, they're asking for people that are my size, why not try it out? And they're doing like a runway show, and they ended up picking me, which was awesome, and it really was easy. Like, it was basically they're just looking for girls that were like size like 6 to 12 wedding dresses, because what their sample sizes were, and I'm like a 6 or an 8 in wedding dress sizes, so it worked out perfectly. Also, there's Suki in the corner. It's fine though. You just like see her little ear up there. Anyway, so they didn't even like call us, and they're just like, they looked at our pages and were like, oh, we want you guys to come. So it was super easy that way. So I went in. It was a super fun experience. I was with girls that had all been doing modeling long before I had, and they've been modeling for Bespoke before, so I was the only like newbie, and one of the girls was actually like signed to a label, so I was like, because I'm not signed to a New York label, and she was. I'm like, okay. Anyway, so I thought, you know, why not try it out, why not give it a shot? And it was super fun. Oh my god, the noises Suki makes, we call her butt slurper, which sounds gross, but like she makes this slurping noise. It's just so gross. But basically I did that show. It was amazing. It was super fun. I gained a lot of connections. I have a like makeup artist that I adore that's probably gonna do my wedding makeup, and she offered like her services if I ever need her, and so that's super awesome. And I know models now, I know designers for dresses, I know people in like the cosmetics, like the facials and aesthetics kind of world, and then or estheticians, yeah, that's what it's called. I know hairstylists, all sorts of stuff, and like it just opened up a whole new like side of photography and modeling, and like kind of how the two worlds like mesh, because most photographers aren't models. I just thought it was kind of fun because I really wanted to like get that experience. Like for me, I was kind of stuck in a rut with posing my clients, and I was like, well, if I'm not comfortable behind like in front of the camera, then how can I make my clients comfortable? So I needed to kind of like figure out how to switch that. And so at runways they still have photographers there, so it just kind of worked out. So I've got a lot more comfortable, and then like a week later Bespoke DM'd all of us again, and we're like, okay, well, Saxons, which is a jewelry company in Bend, they're like, they are doing like a Haley Page Hearts on Fire launch, and they're doing a huge runway, and they had this like giant like flashing screen stage and like a live band singing while we were walking, and it was just super fun. They had a bunch of like vendors and caterers for like different like breweries and cider companies and restaurants in Bend, and it was super fun. So we went and we did that, and we got to wear Haley Page dresses, wear Haley Page jewelry. It was really fun because you were like, at the like right before you walked, they did a tally of like how much are you worth right now, because they needed to keep track of how much jewelry was on you and like what price it was, so if anyone walked away with anything they could charge us. Makes sense. But that was super fun, and it was kind of like scary to know like how much you were worth, but it was super awesome. Anyway, so after that I kind of just stopped the whole modeling thing. I went to more like content shooting, like more on my like Instagram page, just kind of having fun with that. And then over the like Christmas break I was back in Bend, and my personal banker, I think I've talked about her before, Trina Moody, she's a photographer, and I just met her because I went and switched banks, and she was my personal banker, and it worked out super well. And then she and I went and shot at White Aspen like a couple days later, because she had a stylized wedding shoot that she was doing, and she just invited me to come, which love Bend for that. Everyone's just like, come along with me, come do this with me. It's really great for networking. It's not a huge town, but it just has a lot of opportunity there. That's another thing, always go to, like, you want to live in a place that has opportunity. If you're not in a place that has these kinds of opportunities, it's just not gonna work. So I was really fortunate to be in a place that had that. Anyway, but we shot at this place called White Aspen in Woodgie Creek in Bend, and the owner, Jess, was like super cool. Got to know her a little bit better. The co-owner, the old co-owner of White Aspen was Natalie Stevenson, and she was actually from my town in North Bend, Washington when I was like she's known me since I was born. And then she moved to Bend when my family moved to Bend, so I kind of already had an in, but like I didn't really know Jess that well. But Jess, for this last shoot that I just did, that you guys are watching this video because of, she had a model drop out for this big stylized shoot. She had like 10 other photographers there, and she had a bunch of vendors, and they needed a second model. So they had a couple, and they had like, they needed their like single bride is what they called me. So I was a single bride. And so their last girl who was gonna be the single bride dropped out, and so they needed a new one. So then they just thought of me because she knew me, and she knew that I modeled a little bit. And so I got to go in and do that, and it was amazing. And I had another photographer from Seattle DM me that like last week as well, asking if Joel and I would do an elopement shoot, a stylized elopement shoot for her in April in Bend, because she needs a branding video done. And so there's me, a videographer, Suki. Oh my god, stop. You can just take your bed with you. Okay. Hello. So basically, are you gonna be sweet right now? She's so sweet. She never cuddles anymore. Hey, mamas. So basically, she asked us to come do the stylized video, a stylized elopement shoot for this branding video, and I got this one like yesterday. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you kind of just have to network, and you know, if you're lucky it takes off, and if you're not, it's okay. Like, it's still just a fun experience. But you know, Saxon's was at this last shoot as well, and they literally had me wear, they put this ring on me, and I looked at it and I'm like, this is the biggest diamond I've ever seen. And I looked at the price tag that was still on it, and I was like, I am wearing a ring that in Chicago I could probably buy a house with. It was $71,000, and the entire time I was like balling up my fist, like, I can't lose this ring. Like, I was terrified to wear it, because I'm like, why would someone trust me with that to put on my finger? Like, whatever. But they just kept, like, they did like 6 or 7 jewelry changes on me, and they just, like, I don't know, they really liked it. So they asked me how much I charged to be a model, and I don't have a set price yet, because I've always just done like freelance, not like, I don't know, just in like runway, and like this is my first like actual photo shoot that I've done. So I was just like, I don't really know, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. But yeah, so I think I might start doing some more jewelry modeling, which is super fun. I love that. And I love Saxons, they're amazing, and I'm probably gonna get my wedding band from them because I just love working with them, they're amazing. But yeah, it's just one of those things, like, sometimes if you're in the right place in the right time and you have the right connections, it works out for modeling. And I'm by no means your typical model. Like, I am 5'7" and a half, maybe I'm like 5'7", I'm like 5'7" and a quarter. It's not a lie. 5'7" and a quarter, and I am by no means like your typical model. Like, I don't have super good jawline. I'm pretty got that. I don't have the perfect skin. I don't have a perfect body. I have a really big rib cage. My dress almost didn't zip up because my rib cage is that big, and it was almost backless dress. Like, it just was like kind of tight on the waist, so it just, like, the way it cut in, didn't want to go up around my back. But I have that. I'm not a size 0. I'm not a size 2. I'm a size 6 to 8. Like, I'm just not your typical model. But it just worked out for me. Like, I just was in the right place at the right time. I made the right connections, and it just worked out. So if you're ever like looking into modeling, ever want to get into it, just, you know, start by messaging some companies in your town. Like, just start small and make sure that you're marketing yourself on your page. Like, you are your brand, and I always say that. Like, with photography, I have a very specific style that I use for my page, on my photography page, and I've started up these vlogs, and I've started up like just kind of like living my life so that I'm always representing my brand. So I always have to, like, not always, I nanny, so I don't want to like put in a bunch of effort, but when I go out in public and I'm just going out in town or whatever, I always know, like, anyone on the street could be your next client, right? You always need to represent who you are as a brand, and so your clothing, the way you act, the way you do your hair, your makeup, whatever, everything is your brand. The way you talk. I mean, it sounds calculated, but it's not. It's like you have to be the best version of yourself every day for it, and that's why I kind of started up this whole thing.
I got cut off because our roommate came out, but oh, you can see all the Lush Lemon stuff back here. It's super organized, as you can tell. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to wrap this up really quick and say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, because there will be many more modeling videos, a lot more wedding stuff coming up hopefully the next month. I know I keep saying I'm gonna try to like post every like twice a week, but I didn't post it all last week, but it's fine. And the stylized wedding shoot literally was like from a week ago. I'm just terrible at uploading because I work over full time now, and it's ridiculous, and I'm just always so busy. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry I didn't get any modeling feed, but I hope you like the photos because I'm obsessed with them. So bye guys, thanks for watching.